So a friend of mine texted me this. What is a beach like? Can you describe it? To reply, I began typing a small paragraph that quickly grew into larger composition. I'd intended to explain it simply, but that wasn't going to happen, so I let myself type away. This is what I texted back. So approaching where you know a beach is, you begin to get sand in your shoes. You notice the ground is no longer dirt, but sand. Strangely enough, though, there is still grass and rocks. Except in this case, the rocks are seashells. You wonder how the seashells got this far inland without being able to see the water yet. You decide not to take off your shoes yet, because there isn't enough sand to be annoying. As you approach, you see some repeating stone, square, stubby towers that have half-buried stone pipes leading to their bases. Ignoring them, you continue your stroll towards the opening scene. You catch a glimpse of some deep blue on the horizon, but it disappears as the ground suddenly drops. After looking down, you realize the grass is gone and you're sinking into the sand. You take off your shoes to prevent the sand from flooding in, and so you can enjoy the feeling of the sand around your feet as you've dreamed of before. After taking your socks off, though, you realize the sand is scorching hot and you jump around frantically trying to stand in your shoes. You make a mental note for yourself to bring flip-flops next time so you can be ready. After fitting your shoes halfway on, you awkwardly walk towards your goal. After what seems like hours, what you can only half believe is the ocean comes into view. As you take in the view, you forget how awkward your shoes are and take in the unbelievably wide scope of deep blue that is the ocean. Almost encompassing half your field of view, you look at the border between the sea and the sky, looking for something you feel should be between them, only to find nothing but a faint gray object far away. After you take in the sight, you look towards the ground and realize how close to the shore you are. You notice a steep drop-off from dry, grainy sand to smoother, darker sand that gets more smooth as it approaches the water. You listen to the steady crashing of the waves against the beach and some seagulls crying as they pass overhead. After listening for a moment, you finally take off your shoes again and step out of the cooler but dry sand. You forget your shoes and walk towards the waves, feeling some fear each time one of them crashes towards you. After building some confidence, you step to the highest point you've seen the waves reach so far, but only when the wave has receded. As you creep forward, your attention is on the waves and when the next one will strike. Then suddenly you realize your feet are sinking into the cold sand, and you panic for just a moment at the very strange feeling. You stare at your feet, making sure that you know exactly what is happening to them, and then smash! A wave crashes over your feet and rinses your ankles thoroughly. Surprisingly, you aren't surprised or scared by the wave. Instead, you feel a sudden peace about you. This moment lasts only a couple seconds, though, until the wave begins to draw back and pull with it much of the sand around your feet. Suddenly, you feel as if you'll fall through the sand, so you jerk your foot up to escape, finding that it's much harder to pull up your leg than you thought. After jumping once or twice, you escape and run a couple steps back towards the drier, solid sand. As you turn back around, you are reminded of the amazing view that is a seamless merging of the ocean and the sky. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork.